Hey guys, Captain Grimm here. So, got another crazy dispatch story for y'all. Now, this one happened a few years ago, and I think it was around October. I know it was cold. It was sometime in one of the winter months when this happened, but I was taking 911 calls and was dispatching, and I took this call, and this guy was saying that he woke up and there was this tall, lanky dude standing over his bed smiling at him. And like he freaked out and he got up and he ran down the hallway into the bathroom and he like barricaded himself in the bathroom. And he said, that he heard the guy coming through the house and was like scratching on his door. Well, by the time the guy called me, he was in the bathroom with the door locked and was talking to me, trying to tell me everything. And he was like whispering everything. Well, I could hear something, scratching on the door, and it was really fuck-ass freaky. And so we get officers en route out there, everything. I tell him, make sure the doors stay locked, do not fucking leave that bathroom, stay there. And so he kept I kept asking him if he kept hearing anything, and he was telling me at one point he could kind of hear like giggling and stuff. And then the officers get out there and they come in the house and they can't find anybody. And so they the guy comes out of the bathroom, they check everything. There's no signs of break-in. All the doors are locked. They can't figure out what happened. So they went back home and everything was fine. Well, a little while later, I take another call from the same guy. And this time he's saying that the guy's back in his house. And this time he's downstairs. He's locked himself in the bedroom. He can hear him downstairs and moving stuff and moving around and everything. Well, then while I'm on the phone with him, he sees the guy standing out in his yard. And he said he's just standing there grinning at me. And he couldn't really describe to me the kind of clothes that he was wearing. He said they were kind of like an old-timey suit or something, I think was what he said. But he said just every time he saw the guy wasn't talking or doing anything. He was just barely moving, just standing there just grinning at him. And just some of the freakiest shit I've ever heard. So again, we get officers out there. They check around the house and everything. Again, they can't find this dude, so they stay around there a little bit longer this time, checking the whole area and everything. And so, but at this point in time, we're kind of starting to wonder if maybe the guy is actually seeing this, or maybe it's all in his head, or we don't really know. We treat every call that comes out, no matter how crazy it sounds, as it actually being real, because you never know, And so, the officers go back in service again. Well, a little while later, I get another call from this guy. And he is holding a door. I forget what room of the house he's in, but you can hear like pounding and stuff on the door, like this dude's trying to get into him. And while I'm on the phone, I hear that stop. And it's key. And that's what always freaked me out about it, because they weren't finding anything out there, but I was hearing this stuff on the phone. And so at that point, the knocking and everything stops. So the guy kind of opens the door, and I'm telling him to just stay in there, but he walks out, and he's like, well, no, I don't see him or anything. So he goes and looks out his window, and he said he's up on the second floor in his bedroom, and he looks out the window, and he says he can see the guy walking across his yard again. And then he said that the guy stops at his mailbox and pulls out this red balloon and ties it to his mailbox. And so at this point, the guy that I'm talking to kind of starts talking out of his head. And he's like, I know y'all need to get out here. He's leaving that balloon to let me know that he's going to come back. Like he's going to come back here. He's going to come back and kill me. Y'all got to find this guy. This dude was like begging me on the phone to find this guy. And I'm like, dude, we keep sending officers out there, but there's like no evidence that this dude's in your house. It's like, because the guy was talking about he was breaking furniture and going through stuff. When the officers went in the house, nothing was moved. All the furniture was in the right place. Nothing was broke. There's no sign of forced entry. But this is just scary dude. He said he tied a balloon to the mailbox to let him know that he was going to come back. And the guy was telling me, he's like, and this time he's going to bring all of his buddies and stuff. And they're going to kill me and they're going to sacrifice me. And that's when I start wondering, okay, this dude's like starting to get out there. Because then he started talking about they're going to sacrifice him to Satan and they were going to eat him and all this other shit. And so at this point, I'm like fully convinced this guy is off his fucking rocker, okay? But the scary part is, when the officers came back out there this time, he said the guy just kind of grinned at him and then slowly backed away from the mailbox and disappeared across the road. Well, when the officers came back out there, they didn't find an inflated red balloon on the mailbox, but they did find what looked to be a really, really old popped one laying on the ground next to it. But they never could find that dude. And that guy didn't call back in anymore that night. So I don't know if dude came back and killed him or what. But I just always thought that was really weird. But I hope you guys are having a happy Halloween. I hope you enjoyed this story. That was one of my creepier ones. I still don't know if that guy was actually there or not, you know. Maybe he'll show up at your house tonight. But if you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe. Ring that bell to get notified of my bullshit. And also make sure if you're buying anything from the item shop, use code Misfit-Captain Grim. You guys are motherfucking bloody goddamn legends. Peace.